they're going to start with a warm-up. You need clear space, so if you've got your weights or bands out of the way, and we're just going to do something to get ourselves moving. So sitting or standing, little side step to the invisible soundtrack in your head. And then we're going to do something with the arms for a bit of coordination. So crossing at the front and pulling the elbows back. There's going to be quite a lot of arm stuff today, but I'm very mindful of keeping the arms in a sort of fairly controlled place, especially for those of you and us who have shoulders that will just take the arms back to who knows where. We want to know where they are. Right, we've done quite a few of those. Now we're gonna, I'm trying to bring it in. That's the one. So just opening the palms outwards. That's it. And just trying to get a little bit warmer, because a warmer body is going to be so much happier.
I feel like we should be in leotards.
What, going right up the bum?
No, I was thinking more 80s.
Like Green Goddess.
I don't think they were much better either, were they?
Here, they demanded that you wore something underneath, or you were going to be hanging out, shall we say?
Oh, just please don't bend over. It's not a good look.
Right, let's do like a little gentle rave. So your arms are going upwards somewhere, in an upwards place that's okay for you. So if your raving's all right up here, rave there. And if your raving's here, rave here. Perfect. Can we tap a foot slightly behind the other one? Other way, this doesn't have to look pretty. We're moving and doing a little preempt of some of the moves that are coming up. And we're going to finish. Oh, now I think, let everything go down. Give everything a little wiggle. Feet are facing forwards. Gap between your knees or your feet is about 2 fists or a book. Soften your knees if you're standing. We're going to have a hand on the belly, hand on the back. Imagine that this is a bowl. The bowl is going underneath here. And imagine you're tipping the bowl towards you and then away. Towards you and then away. Towards you and then away. So it's just a pelvic tilt. It's just a different way to describe it. Let your breath slow a little. Maybe use your exhale to pull towards you. And your inhale to go away. That's it. And then grow tall and give your feet a wipe. Place your feet down. Toes up and down a few times. Rocking just gently on your feet, a little bit forwards and backwards, growing a little taller. If you're seated, place your hands on your chest for this one. Otherwise, your arms will be extra heavy. If you're standing, your arms can be out. Can you make them a little softer? Maybe open up your chest a little and just keep growing tall. That's it. Lovely. And then let your feet go down. We're going to swing our arms forwards and backwards. It's a controlled swing. You can let your body have a little bit of rotation and let your knees move forward, especially if you're standing. And then I'm going to try and coordinate this. So the opposite, that's the one, opposite leg to knee, a bit like walking, but you're giving a little heel raise as you're doing it. Now there's going to be quite a lot with this sort of walking action going on. That's it. And then take your legs a little wider. Place your hands somewhere behind you, however you can. A sort of stack, or you could put them sort of to the sides of your legs, just so your arms are back a little. That's it. Now we're going to send the bum back a little, and then hips forwards. Bum back and forwards. If you're doing this seated, we're just going a little forwards and then up. You don't need to go very low. That's it. And I always imagine with this that I'm shutting a drawer. So I'm like in the kitchen, I'm aiming for the drawer with the teaspoons in. That's the drawer that gets all the use. And just giving it a little shut. Now there's going to be quite a lot of this sort of hip hinge, but not two-legged. It's going to be a mix of one legs and two legs. That's it. And then come up. Give your shoulders a little roll. Forwards and backwards. You can make it slinky if you want to. You always want to. That's it, and a little bit of rotation, nice and gentle. If you're sitting, you may want to slide your hands along wider legs. And then just grab a sip of water before we go into the first move. No weights needed for the first one. This is like the little warm up for something that we're going to repeat a few times. So we're going to have a split stance. That's 1 foot forwards, 1 foot back, like you've taken a footstep. Soft in your legs, no straight legs for this. And we're going to rock a little forwards and back. Your arms just follow. And we're doing about 8 of these. Now, if you're doing these seated, it's often better to put your hands towards the edge of the seat because you don't want to go forwards and come off the chair. I don't want like the nose flattened. So it's about 8, just rocking a little forwards and backwards. So we're just getting into a bit of balance here. Right, lovely. That's about 8. Next thing that we're going to do, same leg is forward. This time we're going to come forwards, so the weight is on this front leg. And if you're standing, you're going to just have a little, like you're just getting ready to run a race. Stand up, come back, come forward, and keep that going. If you're seated, hold onto the chair again, come forwards, push down into the front foot, and then ease off and sit up. So your weight comes forwards, push down into the front foot, which will fire under the bum a little bit, and then your weight comes back and you're upright. We're going for about 8 of those. I think you've got maybe 1 or 2 left. So you come forwards, sit your bum back a little, that's it. Come up and back. Last one. Now this time we're going to come forwards the same. Stay upright. And arms go backwards and forwards. And we'll go for 8. It's a mix of 8 counting. If you're seated, the same. 1 foot's tucked underneath. You can lean a little forwards. Got a bit of tension in your abdominals. That's it. Lovely. Oh, Suzanne C, you look like you mean business there. I love it. That must be about 8. And then just have a little wiggle. You can have any sort of wiggle that you like. Sometimes it's nice just sort of like wiggle inside your clothes, like you're trying to just have a wiggle and touch all the different bits. And we're going to swap and do the other side. So first, other leg forwards, and we're just doing that little rock forwards and backwards. We're not doing any special dipping down. We're just finding our balance. Now, are your eyes going down to the floor, or can they look straight ahead? You might even, if you want a bit more of a challenge, bring your legs in a little closer together. It gets wobblier quite quickly. That's it. I think that's about 8. Now we're going to come forwards and we're going to do that little sit back like you're running in a race. Come up, go back again. Forwards, sit back, up and back again. If you're doing that seated, you're doing it with your hands on the chair. That pressure downwards. That front foot pressing down and then releasing. So know about this tomorrow, I'm afraid.
Any tips for cramping your heel in your foot arch?
I would say you need to wiggle it.
Okay.
Get some movement into it, fingers into it as well if you need to.
Cool.
I wish I had a better answer, Anne. Last one, if you're still going. Now we're going to take it forwards. This time we're not crouching back, we're just keeping that energy forwards. It's on this front leg. Keep your chest shining forwards and just swapping your arms over. And we're doing 8 of those. Just keep breathing. Just hold it, standing really proud, bring your gaze ahead. That's it. Lovely. And then come off that. Give everything a little wiggle. At this point, you might want to sit for a minute. If you haven't sat yet, We're going to do a little bit of balance work next. And for this, you need a line to walk next to. And I thought the band would work well for this. Now, we're not going to walk on the band because the bands are quite slippy. And I didn't think that was a very good idea. But just walk beside it. I'm just going to walk quite a slow walk with your feet quite close to each other. And just see how it feels. You might need to do it along a wall with your hand touching something. You might need to look down at your feet a lot. Now, if you're doing this seated, it's more of a bum shuffle. Little bum shuffle forwards, little bum shuffle back. And it's really quite a narrow base. You may want your feet either side of the line, because if they are right on the line, it's super narrow. Lovely. Right now, think, what can you do next? Could you bring your eyes up a little so that your eyes are looking ahead? Do you need to ease off? Is it too challenging at the moment? I'm finding like I'm looking down and then I'm looking up. What are you doing at the end of your line? Are you doing some fancy little turn or are you doing a backward step? I don't mind, whatever works for you at this point. You may think, oh goodness me, I don't want to go backwards. Have you got your arms out a little bit? I definitely have. Can you grow a little taller as you're doing it?
First layer's coming off, Kerry.
I could see the safety net was just going there. And last one. It's harder than you think, isn't it? Especially if you start to go like really close heel to toe. Oh gosh, that gets really wobbly really quickly. And then pick your band up out of the way. Now we're going to do a sort of deadlift. It's like a squat with a lift. Now, if you suddenly go from nothing to down to the floor and lift up, that can feel like a lot in one go. So what I suggest is you put whatever you want to lift, and let's start with something lighter. Take, I've got, this is my lighter weight. I think it's 2 kilograms. That's okay for me for 2 hands, but I'm not going to put it on the floor. I might just put it on the sofa and then I might lift it from here. And going, I know if I do them all twice, I'm going to go down to the floor. My back, it sometimes goes. So think what's going to work for you. Do you need a higher surface? Maybe something like the chair. And you're just going to pick it up from there. Maybe you've got a pile of cushions that you're going to put down. And then you're seated, put this thing down, pick it up again. We're doing about 8 of whatever sort you're doing. Your legs are a little bit wider, your feet are out a little bit, and your knees can travel over your toes. But if your knees really don't like pointing forwards, just think about your bum going back. That's it. Last one. Move that weight out of the way and place it somewhere possibly a little bit higher so you don't have to go too low for it. Next, we're going to go for 2 lighter weights that you can hold in your hand. And this is going to be the sort of move that we do. It's like a little rowing action. This could also be, if you don't like holding the weights, it could be a band under your feet. So choose what was going to work best for you. Hand weights, band under the feet. I'm going for my lighter weights for this one. And we're going to do just a really small hip hinge. So think about the bum going back a little bit. And it's the same if you're seated. We're not going to lean really forward, just a little bit with a really straight back all the way up to the top of our head. And then the arms are doing the work. Think of these arms close to your body. And the points of the elbows going back, beautiful. Now, the thing that may happen is that your head drops down. I'm not seeing that at the moment. Amy, you've got a beautiful profile of you at the moment. It's perfect.
With bottles of Xanax.
It's absolutely perfect. Don't change it. And we're doing 8. So your body stays still and the arms are sort of doing this rowing action. That's it. Keep everything really close to the body. Oh, this must be 8. I told you I couldn't count. And then place those weights down on something. I'm going for all the high surfaces. Let's have a drink.
Winnie's joined us.
Oh, hello, Winnie.
We'll get Tinker going in a minute.
Oh, hi, Mum.
Hi, darling. Winnie and Tinker are brother and sister.
It's related. Lots of related stuff going on, isn't there? The next one we're going to do is something where we hold the weights here and push upwards. Now, this is something, if you have EDS or hypermobility, as soon as you start pushing upwards, it can just feel very unstable. The arms can go anywhere. So I would recommend that you either sit down, have your back against the chair, so you've got something to feel against as you do this, or stand against the wall. You can do it with just the band and have a practice run. Just hold the band between your arms and you're pushing slightly ahead and it's upwards. What am I doing? This one, that's it. If you've got some sort, I think someone last month had a stick and they did it with a heavy stick. Now, as you're doing this, look between your weights and see if you can keep the distance just about the same as they go up. And that helps to keep the arms contained. It's 8. That's the maximum. That's it. And I'm seeing some great adaptations. Carol, perfect. Oh, right. I'm starting to feel this one. This is why it's 8. 2, I think, left. And then put your weights down. And I want you to just walk around on the spot, in a circle, in a figure of 8, any of those things, whatever you fancy. Sort of break the moment. Then come back. We're back to a deadlift again. That's the one where we're doing wider legs. We're sending the bum back in this sort of hip hinge. Hip hinge, that's the one. And you're picking something up. So think, what heavy thing do I want this time? Do I want lighter than last time? Do I want a raised surface? I'm going to go for a bigger weight this time. I'm going to hold it between my hands quite tight. And I'm not going to actually put it down. I'm just going to lower it and lift it up. But you could do these with no weight and your thighs and your bum will get lots of benefit. That's it.
Every time I go down, Winnie licks my face.
A little reward.
Yeah, she's making this as hard for me as possible.
And you've got 2 more kisses, 2 more licks. And then place that weight down. Somewhere safe, it's not going to drop down on your foot or anything. Then have a little ease off. Nothing in your hand for a moment. The next one's going to be that hip hinge and that rowing action again. So you might go for 2 small hand weights or something soft in your hands. You might go for a band under your feet. And you pull back like that. So whatever feels best in your hands. We're going to do 8 again. So get into your position. It's not low, this one. The bumps back, everything else is straight. It's like I've just put a rod sort of down our pants here, like the back of our tracker pants, right up to the top of our head. So we're just holding that position. Arms are closed. And Think about those elbows sliding back. That's it. And you might want to look, I'm looking straight ahead at the window. It's a student bedroom over the road. No one's in there, fortunately. That's 4. That's it. And that's 8. You can put them down. You might want to give a little bit of a roll. You might want a little stretch and opening of the arms. I'm not doing anything in particular here. I'm just sort of, my body's just asking for that, just opening out a little bit. You might want to sort of open out to a T shape, like you're trying to reach the different walls in the room. Just a little bit of release. That's it. Right, now I'm bringing back, oh yes, I love a bit of that. Let's do a little bit of that. Thank you. I always love some ideas. Thank you what you'll need. Right, this next one, I'm going to show you what it looks like and you can decide if you want to wait. So just like we did right at the beginning when we had that little pace at one step, this split stance, we're going to drop our bum back a little and then I'm just bringing a fist and it's going just in front of my knee. I'm not putting loads of twist in. If you've got osteoporosis or osteopenia, you want to be able to have a bit of rotation here, but you don't want to go and really force anything. So I'm just
So
going
is it opposite hand to the knee that's forward? Yeah.
going, yeah, it's like it's this is my forwards knee, this is my fist. If I put a weight in it, just for a visual. I'm just doing a little push across and then I can rock back. So if I come forwards, both my legs are bent and I'm pushing across, whoa, and going back. You can see it's quite a wobbly one. There's balance in this one as well. So if I'm seated, I definitely have my hand on the chair, coming forwards, and I'm pushing and I'm just hovering over my knee seated because it feels like it's going to be stronger coming back. And you're doing 8. Remember that bum going back? That's it. And when you're done, we're going to swap the weight to the other hand. Have a little wiggle in between. You can hold it with 2 hands if you like. I feel like I want that to, I'm just going to cup it like it's something I want to hold close. Swap your legs over. And then we're going to do that little hinge. Bum goes back. The weight's over this leg. You're just pushing, like you're just going to put it on a shelf. Oh, and then you change your mind and you come up. I'm quite liking a hand coming underneath and sort of cradling it as well. That's quite a nice option if you're finding things a bit heavy. And I'm trying to mimic something that you might do in every day when we turn and put things down and pick them up. That's it. Using the hand on the side of the chair for a seated option. I think this is the last one. And then this weight can go down. Have a little sip of drink. Last one with weights. There's like an optional weight in the lying down bit. Right, this one is the overhead press again. So think what you did last time. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you using maybe the band or the weights? Do you want the back of the chair or a wall to support you? I'm going to go for the back of the chair. Grabbing the weights. Think of the distance between the weights and keeping them the same. Bring them up a little first, so you've got these bent elbows, comfortable width, so they're a little bit wider than your shoulders, and we're pushing forwards and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now there's 4 more if you want them. 4. You don't have to do them all. 3, 2, 1. Oh, and the weights go down. And the weights bit's done. Yay! Your arms can now be light in the air and just have a little wave around. And we're going to take it down to a sitting position where you can have a little rock side to side, just do a little bit of side leaning. So it might be sitting, if you've got a sofa and you can sort of lean from side to side, it might be that you're sitting your mat on the floor and just moving some weight so that it fall off from somewhere. We're going to end, after this, we're going to down today. So you could have your legs forwards. You could have your legs to one side. If they happily go to one side, you can have a little lean one way and then come back up. Little lean one way, come back up. If your legs are not happy like that, have a little lean to one side and a little lean to the other. Little lean to one side. How far down do you want to go? You might go down to a forearm. And if you do, just stay there and have a little push down. Push yourself up. I always find this really hard. My shoulders are not, I just struggle to get the strength coming through. If you are more comfortable on one side, you might be more like this and you can stay there. So if you feel that's comfortable for you, you can place this other hand and then just lift your ribs up a little. And you might be doing that. You might even be lifting a hip up. But I know shoulders are a really uncomfortable place for a lot of us, so I'm just going to show you all the options. That's it. If you're comfortable on this side, we've got the arm going below the shoulder and we're pressing away from the floor. Just hold it like that. And then you might push yourself up and just have a little wriggle. And then do the same again. Resisting, you're really pushing away from the floor and then come up and have a little wriggle. Push away, bring these ribs away from the floor as well. That's it, lovely. And then come up and have a little wriggle. I feel we need to swap sides. Please do take a break on this if you're feeling it. Oh, this is my worst side. Oh. And I know a lot of us will be suffering from wrist issues, find it difficult to press the palms down, and this is a way to strengthen and work with that. And I'm trying to show you lots of different options. You can see my legs will move a little bit for this because I'm finding it hard to get up and down. And you could still be doing like this little lean this way and that way. We're nearly finished. Last one. Now it's time to lie down. Lie down and bend your legs. You've got the option, if you want it, to add a weight to a bridge. So it's there if you want it, but you don't have to. It could be a weight, it could be a band. I'm not going to, I'm going to go without. If you've got something under your head, it needs to be something very thin, like a towel or a very thin cushion. I'm going to come to a seated option in a second. If you are lying down, just get yourself comfy on your back with your legs bent and start some pelvic tilts. And think about tipping your pelvis towards you slowly and then tipping your pubic bone away. Tipping towards you and tipping away. If you're seated, pelvic tilts, please. And now if you want to take this higher, take that tip and press into your feet and start to bring your hips up and then start to melt it down and take it down to the floor. So you're just going up and down, it's articulated. So you're getting that tip first and you're just feeling your hips come up and your spine peel away from the floor and then you're coming down. If you are seated, a good option for arms is to have your arms behind you, fists onto the back of the chair. You can do a little pelvic tilt, grow tall, and then push through your arms And you'll feel just a little rise, and then relax them, have a wiggle, a pelvic tilt, push through your arms. Let that go and have a wiggle. And then we're going to take that down and just have a little sway or a rock, just something that eases off. You might, if you're sitting, give yourself just a really gentle hug, a little turn of your legs each way, just something nice and soft. Yeah, I see lots of legs coming in towards chests as well. Just something that feels nice. And then we're going to do a glute bridge, and this is no articulation, it's just straight up. So your feet are probably a little bit closer to your bum. I find my legs are just a little bit wider than that sort of starting position that we're often in for lying down. Push into your heels and lift up your hips. Hold it there. Breathe. And then try and just take your bum straight down, so no articulation. Bum down, so it's quite flat going down, and then lift it up. If you want a band over the top or you want to hold a weight, you can do. You can feel this has got quite a lot going on as it is. If you are seated, make this into more of a little jockey hop. This is where you have wider legs, your weight tips forwards with a straight back, press down to your feet, and then you let go. Sit back again. So that weight comes forwards, the pressure is going down the legs into the feet. Or I'm trying not to drop my head like I was just doing then. And then coming back to an upright position. That's it. One more. And then we're in the easing off, cool down bit. So let's have, could be knees towards your chest. It could be you giving some shoulder shrugs or rolls. If you're seated, just something that feels nice. If you're lying down, roll onto your side and push yourself up to sitting. We'll have our legs a bit wider. They can be bent, they can be straight, anything that will take you to an upright position. We'll grow tall. Give our shoulders half the shrug that we can. Breathe in. And then breathe out, let them melt down. Breathe in, half the shrug that you can do. And melt down. One more. Put your hands on your chest. Grow tall. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to turn and just look over one thigh, knee. That's as far as we need to go. Take another breath here. It'll be hard because you're a little bit twisted. And come back to the center, breathing out. Have a little wiggle. Same for the other side. Breath in. As you breathe out, slow rotation. Keep that height in length in your body. Looking over your other leg. What a lovely leg. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come back to the center. Bring your arms down. Give me a slinky little wriggle. And take your palms out to the side and scoop up the air. Bring your hands together and into your chest. That felt like an awful lot in one session. I was amazed at the pace a lot of you were